After 20 years, we back No more Snyder, more McLaurin. 1-4 with the passion, we scoring. FedEx field back lit, no it is not boring. John Allen lead the troops, we storming. Burgundy and gold in my veins, I bleed that. St. Jude saw the ball, grab a pig, I need that. What's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders live stream. And I have a very, very special guest for this very special occasion as the Washington Commanders 53-man roster is out. And this is going to be my first time really deep diving into it. Like, I know I made a video earlier talking about like the cuts that happened early, but this is going to be my first time really taking a deep look into it. So I had to bring one of my guys with me. I got Pedro Schmidt joining me for this quick stream. How you doing, Pedro?
Yeah, good, man. Finally the roster is pretty much set. I mean, there'll be a couple changes, but for the most part, this is the 53 with a couple switches, and can't wait till the season starts, man. And we better whoop the Cardinals. A win's a win, but we got to win convincingly, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely we'll talk a little bit about that if you do have some time for that. And let's get straight to it. I mean, shout out to people in the chat. Shout out to what's good, Ree. Daniel Burry, Sports Highlights, what's going on? So all right, let's get to it, Pedro. I mean, a 53-man roster's out. Not really too surprising. To at least to my knowledge, I pretty much, not once I predicted it, but it's not shocking how it turned out, essentially what I'm trying to say, especially for me personally, because a lot of people, I made a post about it countless times, made a video about it. People actually hate Dax Milne, bro. Like they hate him, bro. Like you would think he cost us a game. You would think he turned over the ball. Like they just hate him. So I was telling people this whole time, like Dax Milne is making this roster. It's like you got to get over it. Like he's making this roster. After Mitchell Tinsley had the preseason, he had him like he's making this roster. A lot of people were like he's not making this roster. I'm like he's making this roster. I'm like Alex Armour is not making this roster, bro. Initial 53-man roster. Just my quick overall thoughts about that, and then I was definitely surprised that Curtis Hodges ended up making this roster, but I definitely feel like it may be because, you never know with Logan Thomas. He doesn't stay healthy. And if he goes down, your really only pass catcher at the tight end position you have is Cole Turner. So you had to bring in Curtis Hodges, even though he wasn't really that good in the preseason as far as like pass catching wise. You definitely wanted to have him at least because John Bates isn't a really good pass catcher, as we already established that. So Pedro, just give me your quick initial, reactions to the 50-man roster. Anything that stood out to you, anything that was surprising, just go ahead and let me know.
I mean, I don't agree with that comment right there on Insta saying Fromm needs to be backing up Hal, man. Okay. Jake Fromm played well. He did play well in the last two preseason games. First one he didn't. But let's keep it real. Jacoby Brissett, let's look at when they played in the NFL last. Jacoby Brissett was balling for the Browns and is considered one of the, if not the best backup in the league. Jake Fromm last time he was playing the NFL, he threw 2 picks and no touchdowns against us 2 years ago. And he's probably better, but Jake Fromm is not that good. And he can be a good third stringer. I think we should, bring him back on the practice squad. And if we need him to play, that's fine. And he played well in the preseason, but Jacoby Brissett is the backup, and he should be the backup. He is better than Jake Fromm, but I'm not trying to hate on Jake Fromm, but I just think that there's no way Jake Fromm should be the starter over Jacoby Brissett. The preseason, it tells a lot of lies. Let's just keep it real. It tells a lot of lies, but moving on from that, only surprise I was really surprised about was Curtis Hodges making the roster. I don't agree with that move. You didn't need to keep 4 tight ends. What I would have done and what I predicted is no Curtis Hodges and then keep Tyler Larson because I guess they think he's going to eventually be back on the team, but you need a back Tyler Larson's your backup center and Ricky's good. He can be good this year, I think, but you just can't, with the injuries we've had at center the last couple of years and with Nick Gates' injury history, I don't think you can just be like, oh, like we're going in with two centers and the backup's a rookie. And then running backs is fine. Like I never thought Jared Patterson was going to make the roster because of how much they disrespect him. But for him to be cut on like not even today, but yesterday was like a different level of disrespect because like Ron said it today, like the guys that were cut yesterday aren't going to make the practice squad. Basically, that's what he said. So like they didn't even want to give the man a practice squad invite, which is ridiculous to me. Like I think he's the fourth or at worst fifth back on this roster. And do I think he needed to make the roster? No, but he could like more. He deserved it more than Curtis Hodges, in my opinion, for sure.
Mhm.
And I understand why they had Chris Rodriguez over him. They drafted him in the 6th round. He looked good. So like I don't think he should have made it over Chris Rodriguez. And then other surprises, not really surprised with Mitchell Tinsley. It was really like I was like 50-50 on if he was going to make it or not. And then let's see the defense, not no surprises. Like that was the exact defense and special teams I predicted. And then Dax Milne, I'm fine with him making the team. If they find a better returner, go ahead and you can release him. But right now, he's the one who's going to return punts, maybe kicks, and he, doesn't really muff the ball that much. So we're a good roster, not too many surprises. But yeah, man, upset that Jared Pat. I really hope. I know you were more upset, but I need Jared Patterson to leave. Like, and I guess he's not having an option, but I said it like weeks ago. Like, this man needs to leave Washington because they disrespect him. Like, so I know he's a DMV guy and we all love him, but I think the best thing for him is going elsewhere. I guess he doesn't have a choice anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. I already like said it. Like, I'm the biggest Jared Patterson fan in this fan base. Although like I mentioned before, every time I reach out for an interview, he just leaves me on scene. But I mean, it's cool. I get it. He probably just doesn't like. Maybe I don't have that much pull. He just doesn't like doing interviews. I get it. But as far as a player on the field, I definitely feel that he, in my opinion, at least should have made this roster over Curtis Hodges. Um, old guy like Curtis Hodges. But yeah, I definitely said it too. I said he needs to go somewhere where he's valued. Like, you look at what Dallas is about to do with Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is about to be a featured back in Dallas, and considering the fact that he's in Dallas and they're going to play a ton of national televised games, and Deuce Vaughn, I like Deuce Vaughn. I think he's gonna be really
Yeah.
good. So Deuce Vaughn is probably going to put,
And
not
he's
probably, he will.
5'5".
Right. So he's going to put little backs on the market again. Like he's going to put them on the market. And we had a little back in Jared Patterson, but I hope he goes somewhere else. And then next year, after Deuce Vaughn goes crazy, he kind of paves the way for these smaller backs to get more opportunities. I agree. I definitely thought Tyler Lawson was gonna make this roster, but I
Yeah.
guess they feel like Ricky Stromberg can hold his own, or they just really think that much highly of Nick Gates. But I thought he was gonna make this roster. I was definitely not really too surprised, but definitely a little surprised that KJ Henry made this roster because I know he didn't have the best of training camp, and honestly, quite frankly, or preseason rather, and quite frankly, I felt like William Bradley King looked better than him. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And then Jonathan Williams being injured reserve for the rest of the year. That's not too surprising. But I mean, does that mean that that opens up a spot for Jared Patterson to come back? I don't know. Brandon Daniels, injured reserve. Does that mean I don't know how realistic or true his injury actually was?
They said he tore his rotator cuff, which that's a serious injury. I mean, I didn't see it, but yeah, I mean, yeah. I kind of said it. I was on, Mason.
Nah, I don't know who that is.
He posted a bunch of Twitter content, like a bunch of the highlights that people got were from him because he was there every day in camp. And I kind of said it. I never heard anyone say it, but I was saying okay, I think ideally for the Commanders, they find a way to get this man on IR because to keep the O lineman they need, it would be tough because Braden Daniels cannot play this year. He just isn't ready. So that was kind of, I was talking about it and then I put it in my head and I was like, okay, this makes sense. They could put him on IR if they find a way to get in, find an injury. So that's what they did. One thing I did want to talk about was the whole NFC East seems to be aggressive, and we aren't. Like the Eagles traded for AJ Brown last year. They traded for DeAndre Swift, Darius Slay a few years ago. They just traded for Albert O. And is Albert O going to be a game-changing player? Probably not, but hey, it's worth a shot. They barely traded anything for him. The Giants trading a 7th-round pick for Isaiah Simmons. They're making a bunch of other trades. Like, man, Ron Rivera just sits on his butt and doesn't do anything. He just brings back the same damn guys every single time. That's all he does. Like, he just brings the Troy Apke's, the Alex. I mean, nothing against Alex Arma. Like, he's a solid player, but like guys like that, he just constantly brings in the same people, like Jonathan Williams, like guys like that on the practice squad. And it's like, bro, take some risks. Like the Eagles last year, they claimed Trey Sermon off of waivers, a like 3rd-round pick from the year before. I don't think he balled out, but like I think they had some trade interest for him this offseason. Like it's just like you got to take those waivers, you got to take those risks, and it seems like all the teams in our division are doing it. And Ron has done nothing to address the linebacker position. The O-line depth is still not great, and you see these teams, they're trading for depth pieces on the offensive line. They're trading for all these other positions, and Ron isn't doing anything. And, he's going to be gone probably after this year, but it's just something that really is annoying because he's not very aggressive. And we could definitely improve this team if we added some depth at the linebacker position. Like, I hope they put in a claim for Jabril Cox. Like, he's a young, talented linebacker who, got drafted in the 4th round or something. I don't know. I just think it would be a good idea. Wanted them to maybe potentially get Albert O because of tight end depth. Like, come on. You're telling me, like, let's say the Eagles didn't trade for Albert O. That if they didn't put in a claim for him and they rather had Curtis Hodges and Albert O, I don't know what to tell them. Like, that's just not a good move. So that's kind of my, I don't know, tangent there that we're not aggressive enough. Someone says Fedarian Mathis still made it. Yeah, Fedarian Mathis made it, but they might put him on IR. Someone said Chase Young, like they could put him on IR. I never got a stinger. I don't really know what it is, but like, bro, what has it been? Like 3 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and this guy is still not cleared. Like, we're starting to get, like, if this week when they're doing the practices, like their next practice, which might be tomorrow, if he's still not out there, I'm starting to get concerned, honestly.
So they practice like this whole week was like off, and then they'll practice next week. I thought they were getting this little week off. They're practicing this week.
I think so. I think Rivera said they had a practice today, or they're having a practice tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Isaiah Simmons is definitely a guy that you could have traded a 7th-round pick for, especially that our linebacker group is bad. I mean, I said it in my stream. I'm like, and on videos, I'm like, is it a stretch to say like Khalid Hudson is our best linebacker? I genuinely potentially feel that way. Like, I'm not that high on Jamie Davis right now. Does that mean that he is an end all be all for him? No, but I'm just like, not right now. I'm not too high on Jamie. So I feel like Khalid Hudson, with the proper opportunities, he can actually like burst onto the scene. So I definitely am thinking like that. So I mean, I agree. I definitely think we have lacked aggressiveness. I mean, I like I said, like you said, I saw the Giants. I think they made a move today. Signing a player.
Yeah, they made a trade. I think they trade for a D end from the Bills.
Yeah, was it like, no? I think he's from the Dolphins. Was it the Dolphins?
Let me see. I thought it was the Bills. I'm about to look it up because I thought it was like the Bills, and I was like, oh, okay, the Bill connection, because like the Bills and Giants. Okay. Let's see though.
Yeah, I thought I think he may have been from the Dolphins. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I think it may start with
something like Basham or something.
Okay, never mind.
Boogie Basham from the Bills.
Oh yeah, Boogie Bash. Okay, yeah. Who I think it was like I forgot his name. I feel like somebody with the last name with the O. But anyways, these
Alberto.
no, I thought it was like a defensive player, but maybe I miss saw something. But more of the story, they make moves. Is essentially what we're saying. The Eagles, the Giants, make moves. We're sitting back here. We have a good roster. Don't get me wrong, but we definitely can upgrade at certain things, especially the linebacker core. So I agree to that sense. But looking more into into deeper into the roster, I feel like the let me. I'm trying to go to here right quick to see what I was talking about. Uh, I think yeah, Albert O was the one. I'm nah. Or maybe the Chosen Anderson one was the one I was looking at. That was a Dolphin. Yeah, probably that. Okay, but back to what we're talking about here. I looking at this roster. It's good. The linebacker room just really was concerning me. Cornerback room is fine. I did like Chase Whitaker, but I don't think he really was gonna have an opportunity to make this roster. Um, Ricky Stromberg, Nick Gates, Andrew Wiley, Charles Leno Jr. to Trent Scott made this roster like a lot of us predicted. Sam Collins, Sadiq Charles, and Cornelius Lucas. So I mean, again, like it's not too different, but there are a couple of things that was a little surprising there. Other than that, I mean, it ain't really nothing out of the ordinary. Um, let's get to the comment section. It's not that many people in here tonight, and not that many comments, so we'll
I
run through
think
them.
Rio's live, or he's live on Josh's channel. So
We'll run through it. Shout out to my guy Rio. Um,
shout out Rio,
yeah,
shout out Josh.
yeah. So Tinsley is him. Oh, I'm gonna put it up here. Tinsley is him. Wide receiver is Deep Terry. Could take his time. Well, yeah. I mean, that's the topic we can touch on. Um, I don't know if you have any necessary update on Terry McLaurin or whatever, but like, do you feel as though like Mitchell Tinsley making this roster has a lot to do with
Mm-mm.
them not feeling like Terry is gonna be ready, or do you think he just made it because like he actually like deserved it and showed
No, I think he deserved it for sure, and I think that okay, we should beat the Cardinals with whatever quarterback they have, even if it's Kyler Murray. Like if he was playing, we should have beat him. But now that it's announced that it's probably gonna be Joshua Dobbs or Clayton Thornton, I don't know, whatever the rookie quarterback they drafted. If we can't beat them without Terry, I know Terry's our best player, but if we can't beat him without Terry, then like I don't know, this season's a wash. So I say rest because with the injury he has, he's going to be like, if he plays against the Cardinals, he's not going to be 100%. He's probably going to be anywhere from 60 to 85%. So if he, sorry, I got to tape something real quick, but if he's going to be like 60, 85%. So if he comes back and plays and he's at like 75%, and then he like it just makes it a little bit worse. And the next week against the Broncos, which it's not like a super tough team, but like it's a tougher team, the Cardinals, then it just makes it worse. So I think the best case scenario is you rest him. Let's say week 1, he's at 75%. So you rest him. And then by week 2, he's like 90, 95%. And then by he'll be able to play week 2. And like week 3, week 4, he'll be close to 100%. I think that's what you do with Terry. And yeah, that's my take on it.
Yeah, I definitely feel like um we don't need Terry for week 1. I know we all want him out there though, but I don't think we need him for week 1. Week 2, I even feel like we need him for week 2, but I'm like, if he's not, if it's still like, hey, I'm not 100%, don't rush him. He can make his debut week 3. Terry is a hard working guy. He's a dog, and he's gonna try to find any way to go be out there. But as this comment by Twan mentioned, we're pretty deep. So Terry's our best football player on this team by far. Let's not get it twisted. But we have other guys, and this is the time where those other guys need to shine. Like Eric Bieniemy and Ron Rivera need to be in these players' faces. Like Dayami, you didn't get the opportunities last year. This is the time to shine. Jahan,
He needs to step up, man.
yeah, a lot of people, a lot of people, including myself, feel like Jahan Dawson is a low tier number one. Like I genuinely think after last year, Jahan Dawson has the opportunity to be a number one in this league. Prove that, because you Terry's not out there, or he's not 100%. It's now your time to take over. And let's keep it a buck. When Terry went down in the Ravens preseason game, who took over? Jahan Dawson. So I have all belief in the world that he can do it. How about Antonio Gibson? You know what I'm saying? He's now gonna be thrusted in this new wide receiver role. You need to contribute, and you know what I'm saying. And I'm not saying it as if like I don't think these guys are going to. I'm just saying it as if I'm saying it as if they need to, and as because like this is what we need at the moment. So it's a collective effort. I definitely agree though. He can take his time, and he doesn't need to rush. Samuel Brito. If we don't squash the Cardinals in week 1, I'm going to be worried. I mean, and rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if it's going to be Dobbs. I don't know if it's going to be Toon. Whoever it is. If and I'm not trying to be like, I'm not trying to be cocky, but if we don't beat them at least by 20, bro, it's a problem. Like this is the worst team that I've seen since probably our 2019 team. Like I don't even know if the Texans were this bad. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know.
Real quick, you know what's the craziest thing? The Texans and the Colts have the same over-under as 6.5. That is crazy, bro. That is so disrespectful. Like I think the Texans easy under. Same thing with the Colts. Let's see. Yeah, I mean I don't know. That's just disrespectful. I'm taking the over, bro. For us,
for 6 wins,
6.5 wins. Yeah, that's like what it is. Free money.
I'm definitely taking it over. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. I know this sounds crazy, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Texans got over 6.5 wins. I'm not gonna lie. I think they're pretty talented. I like their defense. If CJ Stroud could be good, like and doesn't have too many rookie woes, I think their offense is pretty solid. I mean, you got Tank Dell, you got John Mechie, you got Nico Collins, you got Dalton Schultz, you got Damian Pierce. So they got some weapons there, and
they do. I just think that Stroud is gonna like these. It's not even Stroud. Like I'm not super high on Stroud, but rookie QBs in general struggle. They struggle early on unless they're like those generational guys. Like even Trevor Lawrence, like he struggled. Like it takes a while. It usually takes more than a season, but sometimes for the good players, the early first round picks, it takes half a season or 3/4 of the season, but it's going to take time. So I don't know. I think it's going to be tough for the Texans to win over 6.5 games. And then Colts without Jonathan Taylor, which might be the case, will be tough as well. But I'm excited for NFL season, man. Just really, really excited. Even college football. I'm not a huge college football fan, but go Hokies. Hopefully they beat ODU this weekend. But I'm really excited for NFL, man. And going to be doing some giveaways. I know you got the giveaway with Terry, and it's great because I am doing a jersey giveaway, but it's not Terry. Thank God. So then I'll be giving away a Sam Howell and Jahan jersey. So stay tuned for that. But
definitely.
Hey, everyone in the chat, make sure you guys sub up. I mean, what, like 100 away from 6K?
Yeah, I could do a quick refresh.
But go ahead, sub up, man. Like, it literally is free. There's no reason to not sub. And if you don't like, either of our content, after you sub, you can go ahead and unsubscribe. But just give us a chance, hit that like button, that notification bell as well. It really does help out the algorithm.
Definitely trying to get back into that, man. It's definitely been tough, but hey, I appreciate it, and definitely look out for that that giveaway on Pedro's channel. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody in here already knows who you are, but if you don't know who he is, give him the 12,000 subscribers. And be on the lookout for those two jersey giveaways. Are you just gonna go burgundy, or is it gonna switch it up? And
they're burgundy and they're signed. So
okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, so
that's definitely gonna be lit.
Framed ones. And real quick, Cam Sims just got released by the Raiders. So I don't know if we're gonna if we're gonna go ahead and sign him, probably not, but just interesting. I'm rooting for Cam though, because like he was always like a hard worker here and was never amazing, but was a solid role player for us, a good special teams player, and always like to support those guys. Like he's definitely a fan favorite. And man, Jarrett, bruh, man, I'm upset about Jarrett. Like I'm like again, not, and I know you're even more, but not that he didn't make the roster because I never thought he was going to make the roster, but just the disrespect. Like first off, cutting him on day one with all the guys had no chance of even making the roster or practice squad, and then like having like I knew there like the time I knew he was never going to make the roster again was when what's his name in the last
Reggie,
game of the
Reggie
season. Yeah,
Bonifant.
they were giving him
Uh,
Reggie Bonifant more carries than Jarrett Patterson, which I was just like, bro, what are we doing? What are we
yeah.
doing? So I really hope best case scenario for Jarrett. I do not think he's going to get claimed,
Mhm.
but I think he'll get multiple practice squad looks. So sign there with whatever team you think has that. Sorry, whatever team you think has the best opportunity. Then work your way on that practice squad, ball out on scout team, probably get called up for a few games, do what you got to do there. And by the end of the season, be a borderline roster guy. And then next season, in the offseason, work as hard as he can. And then he'll be able to make a roster. He just needs to get out of here because they don't like him, man. Maybe next year with the new coaching staff and stuff, they'll go ahead and bring him back. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, but like he said, like he feels lucky that he has a job, even as a practice squad guy, and if he gets that, it'll be good because like he has a twin brother, and his dream is to even have a chance to make a roster. So he is fortunate in that situation where he'll probably get a job. So
Yeah, and quickly, yeah. So the exact number count, I'm currently 149 subscribers away from 6K. So again, if you guys are new, subscribe to not only myself but also Pedro Schmidt, and
yes, bro, get
it,
it. Get one. You got to get to 6K by the start of the season. Like that should be the goal. That's what 13 days away, something like that.
we can. I mean, especially since I'm doing a jersey giveaway, we can get 100. I know there are 149 Commanders and NFL fans in general out there that can subscribe for free. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a jersey giveaway. Yeah, and that's not even just gonna be the only thing that we give away this year. We're gonna be giving away a lot of stuff, ton of great content, different content coming out this year,
For
especially
real.
since the Commanders are finally like, at
And
least we believe they should be good, But we better say,
and make sure to put that on Twitter too. If you go ahead and put it out there and be like retweet, subscribe, it'll get hella people. And yeah, man,
yeah,
should get to 6K by the start of the season, and then after that, man, it's 7K, 8K, 9K, 10K.
yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's a grind, but we got it. So if you guys are new, subscribe to both of us. Let's see what else we trying to talk about. Anything else surprising on the roster?
Uh,
Linebacker
I mean,
expect. I mean, the whole defense is expected, honestly.
yeah, I mean, not really no more with the roster. It's pretty much what we expected. I mean, we'll just run through the comments. I know you have to go soon, so we'll just run through these couple comments and then talk about that, and then we'll get you up out of here. Appreciate you for taking time out your busy college life, for jumping on for a couple minutes. Federico Mathis said, why says Federico Mathis still made it? Yay. They like Federico Mathis. I want to like Federico Mathis. I haven't given up on him, but there are a lot of fans that have given up on him already, which I feel like is still super early. But I mean, if he's starting the first after missing all of last year, and then now having to start the first 4 weeks on the pup list potentially, I definitely am starting to turn my head to the fans that like at first I was just like, come on, fans, y'all are giving up on him already. But like now if he has to start the first 4 weeks, I'm like, all right, I give the fans a little bit of some type of like leniency with their take of the fans that already have given up on Federico Mathis. So do y'all think we could beat a touchdown for touchdown to be a touchdown for touchdown type of team this year? Like trading? Yeah, I mean, I think we have the opportunity to. The goal is to not trade for trade. It's kind of get the lead and high. But if we have to, yeah, I definitely feel like that. And I mean, I know it was only preseason, but that's the most exciting our offense have looked in 3 years. Honestly, would you agree with that, Pedro? Like, even though it was preseason, how vanilla Eric Bieniemy's offense was, it's way his vanilla is way better than Scott Turner's whole playbook and that we saw in the last 3 years. I honestly think.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for this offense. I'm excited for the receiving. I mean, I'm not excited about the offensive line. Besides that, I'm pretty excited. Excited to see the young guys like Cole Turner, Diami, see what they can do if they can step up. And then what's his name? Yeah, the receivers, all of that. Excited to see what the screen game looks like. So all that stuff. Excited for that. And yeah, man, I think the enemy is going to be a difference maker. I hope he is, and maybe he'll get a head coaching job after this year.
Yeah, definitely. And DJ DJP. I don't want to mess up your name, Perkis. I don't want to mess it up. Sorry if I did. But DJP says, hey, I'm a Commanders fan. Shout out to you. Appreciate
Shout
you for
out.
coming through, man. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new. If you're new, subscribe. If you're new to Burnhead, subscribe to Pedro Schmidt too. Great content. G-Man, what's up? Yo, it's
Good.
Q2 Cool. What's good? He says, I won't say nothing wild, lol. We're ready to surprise a lot of teams. I definitely believe that. Like I think like I made a prediction video and I said we're gonna win 12 games because I mean that's where I think we're maxing out at. Like realistically, I'm fine with 10 to 11, but I genuinely feel like we have the talent to win 12 games this year. Not necessarily a hot take, but I do think the Cowboys are gonna finish fourth in the NFC East this year. I don't. I just feel that way. But they also have the same time on the same time that potentially could win 10 games this year, 10, 11, 12 games this year. So that's just my take on it. Yo, it's Q too cool. Says go Buckeyes. Not a huge college football fan, similar to Pedro here, but by default, go Terps. You know what I'm saying?
Go Hokies.
But by default,
Hokies.
I'll represent the Terps. Hopefully this is the year that they can maybe break through. I wonder what they're doing. I forgot. I think I just watched a video on the Buckeyes' new quarterback, but it's gonna be interesting to see what you guys do. Obviously you got Marvin Harrison Jr., who I think is gonna be probably is top 3 kind of a reach, or like I think he's like
top five. I mean, let's say, he's not going ahead of Caleb Williams, and if Drake May looks good, probably not going ahead of him. And then there'll probably be one other QB that goes over him, and I think he'll be that next guy, maybe with like Brock Ewers from Georgia, and then he could.
Isn't Quentin Ewers coming out too? Tennessee.
Yeah, or from
Texas.
right?
Texas. My fault.
Yeah,
Texas,
I think
Texas.
he'll probably, if he has a good season, he'll declare. I mean, you got Bo Nix from Oregon. You got, Spencer Rattler just definitely has fell, but like some teams are going to be interested in him. Michael Penix from Washington, I think Washington. So there's a lot of quarterbacks out there that we could potentially draft if Howell doesn't work out, but we don't. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Howell's him this year. But yeah.
How many interceptions? How many interceptions do you think we'll get this year?
Tough to tell.
Yeah, it's definitely tough to tell. But all I'll say is we'll definitely have way more than what we did last year. Obviously, I know that's the bar set super low for that, but between Emmanuel Forbes, they're having that turnover ability, and the reason why he really got drafted in the first round. With Chase Young coming back, even though he doesn't get many sacks, he does have a knack for the ball. So Kendall Fuller, so I think we'll definitely get more than last year. It's hard to say exactly what number though. If you guys got any more comments from me and Pedro before I let him go, please comment them. Shout out to everybody that's in here again. Subscribe, like, and comment. We're 149 subscribers away from 6,000, and I'm doing a Terry McLaurin jersey giveaway that is live right now. All you have to do is be a subscriber to the channel. It's totally free. And Pedro just announced that he has some giveaways, Jahan Dawson and Sam Howell, coming up very, very soon. So make sure you guys go pay attention to how to enter to those coming up soon. Swaggy P says, can't wait for week 1. Who's going to the game? See, I was going to go to the game, but I really want to go to the week 6 game versus the Bears Thursday night.
So. I'm going to that game.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I'm definitely, now that I was gonna go already with my friend, but now that you're going, I'm definitely gonna go. Maybe we could tailgate or whatever prior to the game, just have fun. But that's when I I don't know. Maybe I'll go to a game before that, but I feel like that's when I want to pop up, make my debut. Because I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to go to week 1 for the longest, but I was procrastinating, bro. And now the
Tickets
tickets
are
are,
expensive.
yeah, the tickets are insane.
Bro, you better get on that the Bears ones because they're getting expensive too.
Yeah, definitely. So next comment is from let's see. Larry Beam says France should back up Hal for sure. Maybe next year. Okay, right now, I'm not gonna lie. This is coming from a guy that did not like Jake Fromm, and it is only because I didn't know much about him. All I knew about him was the Giants game, and he literally looked trash. He looks light years better than that. But maybe not this year. Maybe next year if he has another strong camp and preseason. Next year, you probably draft a young quarterback, maybe in like the 6th round or something like that next year, or maybe sign somebody again to back up Hal, be the third guy behind those two. But if because Fromm looked good this year, obviously I know the first one he didn't look too good, but the last 2 games he looked really good. If he can have another strong preseason like he did this past year, have another strong one next year and a strong camp, I wouldn't mind him being a number 2 quarterback. Because I mean, you know what I'm saying? He is it's another guy that's been around for a little bit. And then you bring in another guy that can maybe draft a guy that can come in and compete for the second backup. So not this year because Jacoby Brissett is the better backup right now, but maybe next year Fromm could be ready to take over that number 2 role behind Howell. I see why we are concerned about the offensive line, but look at the Bengals.
Well,
I
they got
really,
Joe Burrow. I mean,
yeah. Is it more people that got hurt, or they still haven't upgraded? I feel like they upgraded. They got Lyle Collins, right? Orlando Brown, right?
yeah, they got Orlando Brown, Lyle Collins. I think he might be coming back from injury. I'm not sure,
Yeah, I
but
mean, yeah, they got Joe Burrow, man. I mean, hopefully Sam Howell can be Joe Burrow, but yeah, man.
bro, if
Our
Sam
offensive
Howell
line
can
is
be half of what Joe Burrow is, we'll be in a good spot, bro. Because Burrow is just, I don't. He's the number 2 quarterback in the league, in my opinion. So if Howell
yeah,
can be 15, bro, we're gonna be so much better than we've been in.
yeah, yeah. So
Hardest team,
let's.
I would say Bills is gonna be tough, and then
I just brought up the schedule.
after that, Eagles at Philly might be tough, but we beat them last year, so like
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say, bro, honestly, this might
Mhm.
be a hot take, but bro, the Giants, they have our number, bro. Like
Yeah, I
that
mean they
those
have our number. I get that. I get that. Go ahead.
yeah, it's not the hardest game, but bro, that's the game I want to win the most, bro. Cause like I cannot like honestly, my least favorite fans are Giants fans. Like, bro, they're the most toxic. I mean, some of them are, of course, but bro, they are so toxic. And let's keep it real, they've owned us. So
Yeah, I
besides
agree.
we swept them, right? We swept them in 2021, I think. But we lost one and tied one last year. Probably honestly should have lost the first game because they had the game won and then Felicio flexed on us and then got the penalty. So I don't know, man. Like we just got to be.
21, we swept them
I think we did because we beat them
because
with the field
we.
goal and then the Jake Fromm game.
Oh yeah, that was 21. Yep, yep. So I mean, yeah, I agree with you. Not it did not used to be like that. Like I did not used to hate the Giants fans like I do now. Like I think right now, I think I did say that. But if I didn't, Giants number 1, Cowboys number 2. Well, nah, I think Cowboys just number 1 by default. But like, all right, no. Actually, Giants, I think number 1. Only, nah, I really did not never have smoke with Giants fans, but ever since they got Daniel Jones and we got Dwayne Haskins, I just wanted Haskins to be better than him so
Yeah, bro.
bad. And then when that did,
That's where it started for me, bro.
yeah, then when it didn't happen, they just like keep shoving. And then it'll be one thing if we could beat Daniel Jones and he was still just solid for them in their franchise career. But the fact that we cannot beat him, it just makes it painful even more. So I'll probably say the Giants for me too, number 1, Cowboys number 2, and Eagles number 3. But they're not far apart. Like let's not keep it. Let's not be let's not kill
Yeah.
ourselves. They're all hate them all, but they're not far apart. Sam Howell will be good this year. Ultimate Sports, shout out to Ultimate Sports. Says what's up, everybody. Sam Howell will be good this year. I definitely think so. Jackson Dolphins are tough. For me personally, I think the toughest game for me, I don't think none of the division games are the toughest because we can beat the Eagles. We can go in the lane and beat the Eagles. Although we haven't beat the Giants in a couple years, I think we can beat the Giants. I think we could beat Dallas. So, I mean, the toughest game for me is probably between, honestly, the Bills and the Falcons, because I just feel for some reason something is telling me
I think
this
we'll
Falcons game, something is telling me that Taylor Heineke is gonna play, bro. And if Taylor Heineke plays this game, we're gonna lose, bro. Like he's gonna be out for blood that game. So I mean, I think for me it's probably the Bills and maybe the 49ers. For some reason, I mean maybe because I feel like we
Tech.
What's going on, Pro Tech? I kind of feel like I don't want to say we own Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not scared
of. We beat them.
I'm not scared of Aaron Rodgers. So for me, it's probably the Bills and the Falcons as the two toughest games. What's going on, Pro Tech again? Make sure you guys subscribe to Pro Tech Sports Network. My bad. Oh, Abdullah, my bad. Page for not going Abdullah. Shout out to my guy Abdullah. I gotta get Abdullah up in here soon one day. I haven't talked to Nadi either. I know he'd be super busy. So
he's busy.
I gotta find a way to get those fellas up on here one day. Falcons low key like the Ritter gonna go crazy, bro. I'm not that big of a Ritter fan. Like I liked Ritter coming out of the draft, and I wanted us to draft him, but like now that we got Howell, that's probably why I'm not saying he's gonna be trash. I'm just not worried about Desmond Ritter. Like I don't care for him. Like I think we'll beat him. Like I think if Taylor Heineke plays, we'll lose. But if we play Ritter, I think we're fine with him. I don't think he's gonna be trash.
I think if we play Ritter, it's a 20 to 9 game or something like that. It's 20 to 10.
So with that being said, y'all, I just want to come over here quickly to go over the Washington Commanders 2023 roster, 53-man roster with my guy Pedro Schmidt. So shout out to Pedro Schmidt for coming on, taking time out his night. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to me. I'm on the road to 6K, 149 subscribers away from 6,000, and we're doing a giveaway right now. Terminal Clone Jersey giveaway is live. All you got to do is be a subscriber to the channel, and make sure you guys subscribe to Pedro Schmidt. He got some big news coming up shortly that you guys are going to be super excited to hear, and he's also got a jersey giveaway of his own, 2 jerseys he's giving away. So make sure you guys subscribe to both of us, 6K and 12K. That's crazy that Pedro is almost at 12K, man. Shout out to him, going crazy. But with that being said, it's been your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. See y'all next time. I'm out.
Peace.
After 20 years, we back. No more Snyder, more McLaurin. 1-4 with the passion, we scoring. FedEx field bag lit, no it is not boring. John Allen lead the troops, we storming. Burgundy and gold in my veins, I bleed that. St. Jude saw the ball, grab a pig, I need that.